It's deck days at Lowe's, and the savings are stacked. Right now, pros get 15% off all in-stock composite decking from top brands like Trex, TimberTech, and Decorators. Plus, get a free DeWalt 20-volt max 5-amp-hour battery when you buy a select DeWalt tool. The deck's stacked in your favor with brands pros trust. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 4/22 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
This episode is brought to you by State Farm. You know those friends who support your preference for podcasts over music on road trips? That's the energy State Farm brings to insurance. With over 19,000 local agents, they help you find the coverage that fits your needs, so you can spend less time worrying about insurance and more time enjoying the ride. Download the State Farm app or go online at statefarm.com. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Last night, you spent 2 hours deciding what to wear to the party. This morning, it'll take you 2 minutes to list it on Depop and make your money back. Just grab your phone, snap a few photos, and we'll take care of the rest. The sheer dress and platform heels you'll never wear again? There's a birthday girl searching for them right now. Your one-and-done look is about to pay for your next night out. Or at least the ride home. Your style can make you cash. Start selling on Depop, where taste recognizes taste.
Hello, wonderful people.
Hi, welcome to a new episode of Don't Blame Me. You're like, who's that nasally person? It's Megan.
Do I really sound that bad?
And you're nasally.
Well, I didn't, knock on wood.
It's not high like it usually is.
Hello! But remember when I just randomly started, every time I got sick, it would be like I would lose my voice and it
Yeah.
would be totally normal. And I'd be like, no, I feel fine. And then 48 hours later, I would just be sick.
Yeah, Melanie's the exact same way.
It's like a newer thing that started happening with me a couple years ago. And it didn't happen this time.
Oh,
I was like, okay, I guess I'm evolving. Or they're evolving.
yeah, they're evolving. I'm going to go more with that.
Yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. But if you want to watch the video version, you can see me. I'm looking a little flushed. I'm some
You
of it's
look normal.
okay, good. I
Yeah.
was like, some of it's
I mean, your
blush.
nose,
My
there is
nose
a
is red.
little redness here, a little higher up than it
There
is.
too.
Yeah, I see it now down there. But yeah,
Uh-huh.
you can watch the video version with ads on Spotify or no ads on Patreon.
Support us however you like, as long as you support us.
Mm-hmm.
Like a good bra.
Right. Neither one of us are really fans of those, but
I'm not wearing one right
and
now.
I do wear one. I do appreciate the support when I need it.
I've become more of a bra girl, mostly because
Maybe
I've
that's why you're congested. It's just all that's been
it's
holding
been
in on your
restricting
chest.
me. Well, it's mostly in the garden.
Well, that's different. That's
That's-
a sporting activity. You should be
Yeah.
wearing a bra.
That's what I mean. And so
you want your nips to have dust on them? No.
No. And it's with pots, it's either I desperately need a bra because I need something to hold me together, or I can't have a bra on because I can't have anything touching my body.
Yeah.
So I fluctuate between those two things. But also, welcome back to Los Angeles.
Thank you so much. I've been back since Tuesday evening.
Well, we're happy to have you here.
Thank you. Did you feel a shift in the atmosphere?
I did. And because I looked at your location and I said, where's she at? As I was checking multiple days. And then I saw your location and I was like, and we're back. We're back, baby.
I also told you I was leaving.
But when you told me that, I looked at your location and it still said Arkansas. And I was like, huh.
No, I was getting on the plane. I was still in Arkansas at that point.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say, and then I looked the next day and it was LA.
Oh, I told you when I was about to leave, and then I told you when I landed.
Yeah, well, I saw when you landed.
Okay, when I landed, of course I was here, but
Hey, I'm on cold medicine. I can't be held accountable to the thoughts that go through my head
okay.
or don't go through my head.
I always wonder, because I was using the in-flight Wi-Fi, and I'm like, does it tell people that I'm flying over somewhere? I don't know.
Well, I looked probably a little bit after you texted me, and it still said Arkansas.
Okay.
But maybe. That'd be cool if I could watch you the flight tracker.
Right.
Paint me like one of your French girls. Watch me
I
the
don't
flight
think
tracker.
so, just because I can't send iMessages.
Uh-huh.
So probably not.
Yeah, that's true. And also, like, if they, like, made that possible, I'd be like, there's, like, other things I care about a little bit more on an airplane. Like, I don't need live tracking of, like, the
No,
people in the sky.
there's literally apps for that.
Yeah, and also, like, they have the tracking of their flight.
Mm-hmm.
I would like a little more room on the planes.
Yeah.
You know? Bigger walkways.
That would be helpful.
It would. More legroom.
Ooh, I don't need that just because I'm short. But how about they announced when we were getting on the plane that there was no running water on the plane?
At least they told you.
At least they told us. They told everybody to use the bathroom. But I did have to go really bad because I did pee before I got on the plane. I
Yeah.
usually don't pee on the plane as it is, but I'm
Same.
like, I don't want to get sick. Let me drink some nourishment. So I had a green juice
Mm.
and then I had to pee like 2 hours in. I'm like, I can't hold another hour. They did have plenty of like sanitation wipes and hand sanitizer in there.
Uh-huh.
And I was also thinking about when you're on a smaller plane, basically, even as short as I am, your knees are touching the wall. And I was thinking about how men, their asses are probably in that same spot. And so my face is where a man's ass was. And that's disgusting. I know
Okay.
they usually keep their pants on,
I don't
but
know about
still,
that. Men are unpredictable
they are
in the worst way.
unpredictable. And that's why I was disgusted by it. And
Yeah.
I immediately, when I thought about it while sitting there, I grabbed a paper towel and put a whole bunch of hand sanitizer on it and just wiped the wall down.
Yeah, I never thought about that. That's really gross.
Yeah.
So it doesn't affect, like, the toilet, right? Because that's just air.
Yeah, that's just air.
Okay, that's good.
But it just like you can't
The
wash
sink.
your hands. The reserve was out. Whatever
Mhm.
or they couldn't something was wrong with the reserve. So
Mm.
and then the people that, like ordered tea and coffee on
Don't do
planes,
that,
they couldn't have
guys.
theirs. Don't do that
Don't
anyway.
do
But
that. It's yucky, yucky, yucky.
I was just thinking about because when I went, it was still like they had the foaming hand sanitizer and it was still
Mhm.
pretty wet. And I was seeing people come out the bathroom and their hands weren't wet. And I was like, y'all didn't use the hand sanitizer. Y'all are disgusting. And you're touching everything that you pass by. And this is why planes are disgusting.
It makes me so annoyed when, like, there's like, oh, something's wrong that we can't use this something in the bathroom, and people go, oh, wonderful, justification for my nasty, dirty habit that I already was going to do anyways, but now I feel really confident about it. And I'm like,
Right.
wait, you also probably were never going
Never
to
gonna
wash your hands. You're just going to
anyway.
run the water and then turn
Yeah.
it off. But, like, you've got hand sanitizer here. Like, you have an option. Yuck, 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 yuck. Well, I hate that.
But it's over with.
Good. And you're back.
I'm
She's
back.
back. And your makeup looks great today.
Thank you. I switched my foundation
Ooh.
back to Fenty.
Love it.
It gets more of my red undertones.
I feel you. So,
I just had a real case of deja vu.
really?
Yeah.
Wow. And that's what we're going to talk about a lot of deja vu for our But Am I Watching this week?
Yes.
She experiences a lot of deja vu. Some might say.
Is
You
it
watched-
deja vu, though, or is it her seeing the actual future?
Well, she says it feels like deja vu, but
Yeah.
it's also, is it deja vu? Is it seeing the future? Or is it like watching the same movie twice? Yeah. In fact, we are doing Madam Web, everybody. Stay tuned.
Thursday, but
Yep.
am I watching?
Yep.
Different feed for those of you who didn't hear it the first million times we said it.
Different feed. Just look up, But Am I Watching? And you'll find it. So, yeah, this is a podcast where we give you advice. It changes your life. It does. Sometimes it changes your life in a way that, maybe we're like those like crystals that people get where they're like, oh,
It's charging me up.
yeah, and it's changing the course of my life, even if I'm like passively listening to it, like a crystal's passively in your pocket. Think of us like that while you listen to it. So if you want to get some advice from us, you can give us a call at 310-694-0976. International listeners, you can send us an audio message at meghanpodcast@gmail.com, or you can send us an email at, that's the same email address. You can send us a DM on our socials, or the easiest way is fill out the form. Everything, you have to be over 18, and you also have to tell us how old you are. And you have to give us...
to be a post-high school graduate 18.
Oh my God, yeah. I don't want a red shirt 18.
No.
I don't want like my mom held me back so I could play football 18. No. And you have to give us your age, not just that you're over 18, and give us as much context as possible so we can give you the best advice as possible. So if like, there's history there, give us a rundown. Like give us think of it like an essay, like 3 little bullet points to support your statement. Because here's the thing, we want to be on your side. And sometimes people write in a way that I go, unfortunately, I'm not totally on your side. And I want to be. But be truthful and be honest. So under 3 minutes if you're leaving a voicemail, 300 words if you're writing it out, or again, easiest way to do it is the form.
Should we get into the first one?
Let's do it. First up, I'm 22 years old. This person is 22 years old, she, her. I'm 22 years old, and I had a friend through all of high school and college who was a really good friend when we were really close. During sophomore year of college, there was a lot of drama between her and the rest of our friend group. She made the decision to cut one girl out of her life. Let's call her Andy. But Andy was still friends with other people in the group, including me, and she would often invite us to hang out. My friend started cutting off anyone who stayed friends with Andy. I didn't like that she was ending friendships simply because people wanted to remain close with someone who she no longer liked. Eventually, she cut me off too. I struggled a lot with suddenly not having her in my life. It's been almost a year since she stopped being my friend, and while I've gotten used to not having her around, she recently reached out and asked if we could talk and maybe become friends again. Part of me feels like I don't want to be friends with someone who's willing to cut me out of her life, but I also really miss her sometimes. This is wild. I certainly thought you were coming from the other perspective initially, being like, I cut this friend out of my life who was like a piece of shit, and like my other friends have remained friends with her, and like I'm having a hard time with that. I know I just did that whole thing about being like, I want to be on your side. And I guess I still theoretically want to be on your side. I fundamentally cannot relate to the position of like, if my friend has a problem with someone, unless it's like something so frivolous and stupid, like I have an opinion. I will have a side. Like it doesn't even matter. Like, and I've remained friends with people who I'm not on their side with like something dissolving, but I'm closer to that person. So I remain in that, like, I'm still friends with that person, but I'm like, I do think you were wrong. Like, I don't have to think the person was wrong to end the friendship. Like, I get to choose who I want to be friends with or not, but I will always have a decision and a feeling. And if someone is no longer friends with someone and cutting them off, I don't know why I would be exempt from that.
Right. What did Andy do? Because I think that is a huge decision if I'm going to remain friends with Andy or this other friend. Also, what did this friend do? Because you're saying that a lot of drama between her and the rest of the friend group. So she is the one that's creating all this drama, but she just cut off one person within the friend group. Was Andy the person that called her out and was like, we're done with this? I need more information. But also, if y'all are I don't know, if you're out of college, now you're 22, are you going to be out of college? Are you not going to be around everybody else? Friendships are weird in the sense that your friend groups aren't going to be the same friend groups that you continue to have. And there are people that I went to college with, like Avia being one of them. We knew each other in college, but we were friendly, but we weren't friends. We didn't become, and it wasn't like because there was any animosity. We just didn't hang out with each other. But now she's one of my best friends. And that was, I'm not even going to say how long ago that was, but it was a while ago. But I'm just
2
saying,
kids
like,
ago.
people, yeah. People evolve and like friendships evolve. So if this is someone that, apologetic, and I don't know what anybody in this group did that made the drama. But if you're like, I miss her and I want to be friends with her, maybe in this season of your life, then she's going to be your friend.
I also, maybe I'm definitely projecting, but like, I think that like, being like, oh, I don't know if I want to be close to someone who like that easily cuts someone off. You have to have an opinion then. Like, you have to tell me that like, was it unwarranted or was it not? Like, because I think like, as someone who like has cut people off in like varying degrees and varying levels, anyone who is saying that it was like out of the blue and like nothing happened, there was no conversation, like is not telling the truth. Unless it's a guy I went on a date with. Things like brought us to there. You're not wondering like, oh, what happened? So I think that like, if I also like, I don't know, like I need the people in my life to have opinions. And like, I really have a hard time when people are just like passive with things that without a doubt, I think that like there's no way to remove yourself that far from a situation to not have feelings about it. but it's people who are fine living in those feelings, but aren't acting on it. And to me, I find that like incredibly disingenuous. And so like, if I'm also the rest of the friends who she cut off, and then you decide to be friends with her again, maybe I'm mad now. Cause it's like, well, what, now you're going to be friends with this person? If like she did them so dirty and then you're going to be friends with them again, her again, or if they did her so dirty and now you're going to be friends with, you're like, okay, I'm gonna be friends with this other person. Like, it's just, I like Melissa said, like I gotta know what it is about. And I think like it's really big of her to be like, hey, I miss you, like, you know, I would love to rekindle. I think that's like wonderful. And I think like that should without a doubt quell your worries about her being quick to cut someone off. But at the same time, I think it's like we really need to normalize being okay with cutting like people off in relationships, because like that's the people talk about like, oh, it's so hard, I'm such a people pleaser. But then when you interact with someone who's like not a people pleaser, that becomes like so like a personal attack and like so callous and so awful and evil. And it's like, well, having like boundaries and agency and like decision making like that, like someone who doesn't want to put up with that kind of whatever behavior, treatment, or even just like this isn't the kind of like this isn't the friendship that I want at this point in my life. I think we need to be more okay with that, because inevitably we will also get to that point before. I mean, we'll get to that point at some stage in our life, and we shouldn't stay in things because we feel an obligation to.
Yeah, I cut off a couple people that are former friends just this year because I realized I was never really myself around them. I was always I mean, there were circumstances of why I was around them, but I was always trying to not make them mad. And they would get mad over the littlest things that I don't think that most people would get mad over.
Well, that's not a friendship. Like, you're just watching everything you say and do and all of that because you're trying to avoid the landmines.
Right.
I just think in general, we need to take stronger stances on like things that happen to our friends. Like, it doesn't have to directly affect us, but if I love and care about my friends, it does directly affect me then. Like, I have feelings about it. And like, again, like I've had friends who I'm closer to them than the person that they had their conflict with. And I will still tell them, like, I love you. Our friendship's not going to change. You were wrong in that. Like, that was on you. And like, that's okay. But I think like we're so afraid of like saying our opinions or even engaging with it that I don't know. It's like, what's the point of friendship then if you can't talk and communicate and have like that kind of community? So yeah, that's how I feel.
I agree. All right, we're going to take a break.
1 in 5 Americans have learn a new language on their bucket list. If that's you, because it's definitely me, make 2026 the year you finally check it off with Babbel, the language app that makes grammar fun and is actually worth your time.
Learning a language with Babbel is all about small steps, big wins, and progress you can actually track and feel. Their bite-sized lessons fit easily into your daily routine and are also easy to remember. Just 10 minutes a day is enough to start seeing real results.
And Babbel recognizes that real-world connections are really what makes language stick and learning a new language. So their courses are designed by over 200 language experts who are, drumroll please, thank God, a prerequisite for us, real human beings. And they're teaching you relevant words and phrases that you'll actually use. Because I look back at what has retained in my head prior to working with Babbel, like things that were relevant to me when I was, I don't know, in middle school. Now, rarely am I ever going to need to ask someone in Spanish, where is the library?
Right.
But like, that's what stuck in my head because in middle school, that was relevant to me.
Yes, and we're also just kind of like learning phrases and things, but Babbel really makes it so that you can really jump in and embrace like the culture of learning and not just learning phrases or making it a game, or you're really like learning the language where I can have an actual conversation with somebody.
And Babbel's more than just lessons. They even offer a large collection of podcasts where Babbel experts reveal language secrets and offer an inside look at local cultures.
Babbel has over 25 million subscriptions sold worldwide, and with 14 languages to choose from, every course comes with a 14-day money-back guarantee.
Here's a special limited time deal for our listeners. Right now, you can get up to 60% off your Babbel subscription at babbel.com/don't blame me.
Get up to 60% off at babbel.com/don't blame me, spelled BABBEL.com/don't blame me.
Rules and restrictions may apply.
Good sleep is everything.
That's why Ollie's Science Back Support is made with a blend of melatonin and L-theanine for both kiddos and grown-ups. So when your mind won't switch off, you've got something that can help. Your racing thoughts and restless nights won't stand a chance. Find Ollie Sleep Solutions for the whole family at ollie.com. That's OLLY.com.
Pepsi Prebiotic Cola in original and cherry vanilla. That Pepsi taste you love with no artificial sweeteners and 3 grams of prebiotic fiber. Pepsi Prebiotic Cola. Unbelievably Pepsi.
We're back.
What'd you get into this weekend?
Oh, baby. Well, this is like, I guess, my karma for doing 2 things this weekend on both Saturday and Sunday. Mott's comes home from watching the Masters. He was at a friend's house watching the Masters. And he comes back and he was like, I was like, oh, you're back so much earlier than I thought you were going to be back. He's like, well, I forgot about, the party. And I was like, what fucking party?
You talked about it last week, Megan. You
no,
forgot about
by
it
the
as
way,
well.
I know. But then I go, I'm so sorry. You drove 30 minutes back to our place and you decided to tell me, hey, I forgot about that party that we have to leave for in 25 minutes.
Maybe tell me before so I can get ready.
Maybe that moment that you have that realization, assume that me, the girl who is literally being like, I'm going to finish editing and then I'm going to do my everything shower. I'm going to wash my hair. Maybe how you left me in my dirty fucking sweatpants. Maybe I also, is it not clocking to you that I also do not remember? I was like shocked. And so I hopped in the shower as fast as possible and just body showered and got ready so quickly. My hair was so dirty, but everyone's like, oh my God, your hair's gorgeous. And I was like, thank you so much. It's stiff. It was stiff at that point. Yep. We ended up being at this friend's house for much longer than anticipated, but it was really fun and saw people I hadn't seen in a while, of his friend group. His entire friend group, they're all obsessed with Paradise. So we were all just talking about it and theorizing, and it was really fun. So I had a good time. And then on Sunday, we watched Harry Potter for the first time with my niece and nephew. And I love my nephew. I've said it so many times. I love him to death. He is a very nonchalant kid. He expresses how he is excited or loves you or whatever. Not always directly. Versus my niece, she's also 2. She came in as we'd already started the movie. She was out, I think, grocery shopping with her mom. And her mom was like, honey, do you see who that is? And she had sat down to take her shoes off. And she peeks her head around the corner. She goes, oh, and jumps up and goes, and runs and falls into my arms and hugs me. And she goes, me sit lap. And I was like, okay. And she just sat in my lap. And I took her shoes off, and she was just so cute the whole time. And then my favorite part was when she pointed at the screen when McGonagall came on screen and said, she's a witch, she's a witch. And I was like, oh my God, Salem would hate to see you coming, girl. But it was fun. And I have said this so many times. I'm not giving J.K. Rowling any money. I hate her. She's a absolute freak. She's so she's a genitalia obsessed, turf, mold ridden home, absolute loser of a fucking loser. But I own all the Harry Potter. I've been a Harry Potter fan since I was a child. So y'all don't have to worry that I'm giving her money. I'm not even watching the HBO show because there's other issues with that. But
Right. Why do they even make that show, to be honest?
By the way, it makes no fucking sense because I would actually have a harder time being I would pirate. I'm not going to, people are like, oh, just pirate it and watch it. And I was like, truthfully, I don't have any desire to do that. But where I would have had a desire if they did a show about the Marauders, which is their parents' age, that group of them growing up and young, that was always my favorite fanfic to read and write. And so I'm that was one that fans have been asking for. No one asked you to remake this with new children. And also there's no way they're going to get to I can't fathom that they're going to get through 7 seasons. It's supposed to be 1 season for each book. I'm there's no fucking way they're going to get to 7. No shot. No shot. But
Weird.
Spoiler for Harry Potter if you haven't read it.
I'm sorry, but at this point, even me, someone that was not a fan of Harry Potter, has read all the books.
So my nephew, I had asked him, at the end, I was like, oh, so what did you think about, Snape? Is Snape bad? And he goes, no, Snape isn't bad. They just think Snape's bad. And I was like, what do you mean? He goes, Snape's actually helping them all along. And I went to his mom and I go, did you spoil the 7th one? She goes, no. I didn't. I think he's just taking the message from the first one and
Good.
being like, this is what I see for the rest of it. And I was like, okay, damn.
Perceptive. He has more perceptiveness than a lot of people do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you watched last week's Abbott Elementary yet.
We were catching up, but I'm actually not sure where we're at.
What was
or
the
if we
last thing
caught
you
up.
watched? I think if you watched it, you would know exactly what I'm talking about, so I'm
Oh.
not going to say.
Well, I know the thing that happens, and we're not there yet.
And I'm happy it happened. I've never been for this, so
Because you're a hater.
I'm not a hater. And the reason it happens is the thing that I've been saying the whole time. So it's not that I'm a hater. I have seen it.
Hey,
And it was
are?
intentional.
You're perceptive.
Exactly. I'm perceptive. And I am reading comments from people, and they're taking what happened at face value and not reading in the subtext. And so your nephew is in the subtext and is realizing what is happening going on. And adult people on the internet that are watching a comedy series don't get things.
Yeah, they're more so like my niece who there's a
Who is 2? Let's just put it out there.
Who there's a troll in the first one, and then afterwards, like there's like a troll that they like beat or whatever they beat who like attacks them and all this shit. And then for the rest of the movie, she kept asking like, where is it? Where's the frog monkey? And we go, what? And we were being like, honey, like Neville's toad? No. Where's the frog monkey? Where's the frog monkey? And then we finally realized that she's just calling the troll a frog monkey. And I was like, okay, now we're just creating our own realities, which I do feel like sometimes people do because they refuse to read into things. They refuse to think of layers. And I go, what? Like, you must not read books.
But again, she's 2.
She is 2.
And I think frog monkey is a great descriptor if you do not know what a troll is.
Yes. Well, the only thing that she really knows is a demon and a witch. She loves demons, which are bats. And then anything that like resembles.
I mean, they have
that.
wings, so.
Yes. And that I think came from Fantasia.
Oh, God. Horror movie.
By the way, they love that movie.
I'm still scarred from seeing that movie when I was 5 years old. I remember exactly where I was when it was on the TV, what I was doing. I was living in Jackson, Mississippi. My mom brought home the tape and was like, you're going to love this.
And it was an acid trip for children.
And I said, I was screaming. Me and my sister Megan, were running around screaming, bloody murder, turn this shit off.
Yeah. I think I made
Scarred.
it 15 minutes in before I said, I'm actually so sorry. I'm a child. I don't do drugs. I can't watch this. Like, it is. And they love it. And I was like, you guys are wild. They're much braver than me.
Brave little toasters.
Truly, truly, truly. So, yeah. Oh, and then on, oh God, what was that? Monday night? I was in the shower. Oh, Monday night. I was in the shower because we got home too late after Harry Potter. I was too tired. So I'm washing my hair. So I'm not only like in the shower, but then I'm styling my hair and then I am diffusing my hair. So like it's loud. So like I have not heard anything. Mats comes home, says hi, and I'm like, okay, like you're just finishing up my hair. And then he walks back in and I'm sitting on the couch now because I'm like, okay, I'm done, resting, having my nice life after my strenuous shower. And he walks into the living room and he's dripping wet. And I was like, what happened? And he goes, oh, I don't think you heard. And I go, what happened? I follow him into the kitchen. The faucet has in fact flown off of the sink and it was spouting like a geyser.
I'm sorry. I don't think you heard. Who would you have heard it from?
No, he meant the sound of the water rushing and him going,
okay.
Ah!
Okay, I thought it was like word on the street. In your own home.
No. So I'm just like diffusing my hair and he is dealing with, is Old Yeller the dog or?
Yeah.
What's the geyser?
Old Faithful?
Old Faithful. He's dealing with that. And so then we got a new sink. I mean, we got a new faucet and installed it, but we did have a day without water.
Yeah. Well, sorry. At least you had water in other areas though.
Well, and also like, what do you mean?
Like in the bathrooms. Or
Yes,
was it
yes,
all
yes.
off? Okay.
Yeah. And also, like, I just heard the aftermath. I was like, la, 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 diffusing my hair. Like, it
You
was
didn't
fine
even
for
hear,
me.
you just saw him.
Yeah. 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 And then I just stood there and pointed while I told him what parts were still dripping wet on, like, the walls. So that's how I was helpful. Tell me about your trip.
I had a wonderful trip. I
Yay.
went to Arkansas under the guise of visiting my family, which I did.
Mm-hmm.
But my niece Arely has joined my sorority, Alpha Kappa Alpha. So she is now an AKA.
It's making me feel so old. Like,
Yeah, I was talking to some of my line sisters or my pledge sisters, and one of them was like, yeah, I remember when she was 2. And I was like, you do realize that when we pledged, she wasn't even born yet.
mm-hmm.
But it was very good. Like, I can't, of course, talk about everything that went into it, but
Can you talk about the
public,
swag table?
yes. So they
Oh.
do a thing now where you decorate a table with things that you've bought. Not part of my
Oh.
time
Mm.
because it was not. I mean, Facebook was new. I
Yes.
literally joined Facebook like I was the 4th person at my school to join Facebook.
Ooh, trendsetter, influencer.
Mm-hmm. And I invited, like, I'm the reason it got spread.
Damn.
So they now do these tables, and my mom had a vision of basically a retail store.
No, she had
There's
a
a
vision and a
mannequin.
credit card, and
Yeah.
that was woo.
Mannequin racks. There was so much stuff, a lot of things, a very lot. It's on my Instagram, but that's not even the full table.
Oh, I at first I thought it was like, you know, like a store at camp where they like you can buy merch.
Yeah.
I thought it was that, and then I
No.
started looking closer, and I said, "This is hers.
This is personal.
This is for her.
Yeah.
This is for." I was like, "Holy hell!"
And we are the first 3rd generation within
Wow.
the chapter. So my mom, then me, then Arely. And so, of course, my mom is like, we got to do it bigger than everybody else.
Yeah, reputation to uphold.
Yeah. So it was a lot. It's still a lot.
Where is she fitting that in her dorm?
Well, she's moving out. So right now it's most of it, except for like a few outfits, are at in her bedroom at home.
Okay.
And then when school starts, she's getting an apartment with another AK. So they're just going to make it all AK that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, tell your mom that she executed her vision beautifully. I was so impressed.
Yeah. Shout out to my mom. Shout out to Candace, who like put up the streamers and stuff. And then Melanie and Megan, while we were doing other things, were setting up the table. So it was a lot going on. So yeah, that was wonderful. They had their probate that night, which was amazing. And so her probate that night was awesome. It was packed. There were 30 of them total. Yeah, it was a good time. I'm very proud of her. I'm very excited. She might be listening. She listens sometimes. And then with the other kids, I took my youngest niece to get her nails done, and she had a vision. She is 5. Or how old are they? 6?
6. They're 6.
Okay. She is 6.
Yeah. My nephew and her, they are born in like the same week?
They're 2 weeks
Month?
apart, I
Yeah,
think.
they're in the same month, I know for sure.
He's in November, she's in December.
Yeah,
He's at
you're right,
end of
yeah.
November, beginning of December. And so she had a vision that she wanted pink nails with white flowers on her ring fingers.
Oh, wow. We're bringing back the ancient text.
Yes.
What kind of
And so-
flower? The flower
like
we used to get
daisy.
on our toes?
Her hands are only so big.
Oh,
There's
honestly,
only so much you can do. It was just really just like 5
Yeah.
dots.
Not a lot of real estate.
No.
Mm-hmm.
So she did that. We went and got our nails done. I called the other 2 a Madriana, which they hate. I just smushed their names together. They're 11, 12, one of those.
Mm-hmm.
So they wanted to go to Chili's, and I was like, oh, okay.
What, for like the dipper?
Yep. Triple dipper.
Knew that. Knew it.
Yep. Yep.
Huh.
the oldest boy wanted to go to the mall, which that's what teenage boys like to do. And you were talking about your nephew being nonchalant.
Yeah.
So when the oldest boy was a 5-year-old, could not stop talking. All he did was talk, 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 talk. Now I have to pry him to get 5 words out of him.
He's trying to be mysterious.
Then I hear him like upstairs on his video games just talking away. And I'm like, this is the most I've heard you talk in 10 years. What is this? And so I send him a text message and he's like, that's because now I'm nonchalant and what do you say? Hold on.
I can't with teenage boys.
I know. Yeah, that it was, he said, that's because I'm nonchalant and mysterious now. Yeah.
When a blabber realizes you can't blab that much if you want to be mysterious.
Mhm.
People know too much. People know too much. But I also think being mysterious is like overrated because, like, by the way, even if you talk a lot, people are like, if you're talking this much, like, what are you keeping secret?
Right.
Like, that's also mysterious.
Right. So there's that. And then the youngest boy, he couldn't decide what he wanted to do, but he loves chocolate just as much as I do. So I took him to this place called Marketplace, which is a restaurant. Think more like a upscale Chili's, Applebee's type situation.
Okay.
Better food,
Okay.
made fresh. They have
Like a cheesecake factory?
no Cheesecake Factory is its own thing just because there's so much.
It's true. It's a very large, but they also make everything in house.
Yes, they
okay.
do. So yeah, if it was smaller, I
Yeah.
guess.
Okay.
But they have this thing called a chocolate mess, which is
That sounds great already.
a tower about this big filled with ice cream and then chocolate syrup, but it covers the whole glass and the whole saucer,
Wow.
and it's fudgy.
Ooh.
And then it has nuts, which, I'm a big nut
Yep.
fan. Nuts all around it, and then whipped cream on top. And if you want, you can get like peanut butter. No, thank you. Or like caramel and stuff on top of it. And it is decadent. And he hadn't had one before because Melanie doesn't like chocolate. And I'm like, you've been depriving my favorite chocolate lover of this. And the way his eyes lit up and he took out his phone to take pictures of it. So
That's so sweet.
I'm gonna find one online because I don't want one with him in it. But
He would also if he likes ice cream too, because you can make this even chocolatier. But one of my favorite things as a kid, and I did it for my birthday, one year was you could do like a birthday at Ghirardelli Square in San Francisco, and they had this like giant like ice cream sundae kind of thing that you could do. Ooh, oh, that looks so good. Kind of looks like a bugle.
like the corn.
Yeah, like the shape.
Okay.
Yeah. or like the what is it? The onion volcano from Benihana. It's like an upside down version.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it would be like this giant ice cream sundae with like all these toppings and everything. And of course, I was the kid where everybody was like, "Let's all go with our spoons." And I said, "No. Get your bowls. I don't want, you're not eating. We're not eating from a giant communal ice cream together. Sharing dairy to me, I don't like
No,
sharing
I got the mini one, which I don't think it's mini. Like I think it's just shorter, but it's fatter. I think it's the same volume because it was still so much. And I got those instead because I'm not sharing. Like disgusting. Ugh. Also, children, and he'd been playing basketball all day. No, thank you.
Oh my God, no! Children are, yeah.
They're germ carriers, so
Maybe that's who I got sick from. I was, in fact, holding a baby for over an hour on Saturday.
props.
And she was so cute, though. The squishiest little baby. Another one of our friends has a baby. And did I tell you that we found out when we were at this wedding that they were telling us where they live in LA now because they had moved. And they're like describing it. And they're like saying these landmarks. And then turns out they live across the street from where I lived for 9 years.
Yep.
I was like, wait, what the fuck? And they're like, wait, that's our favorite house when we take our walks. We always look at it. She just like always would text me pictures of the outside. And she goes, imagining the inside. But that's so fun. Now I want something tasty like that. I wouldn't even be able to enjoy it now though, because
You can't taste anything.
not really. Not really. But I've also been watching The Burbs. Have you caught up yet?
No, I haven't had time to.
It is just getting better and better and better, and I'm loving it. And it got renewed for season 2, which I'm thrilled about. And now I just need Ponies to get renewed for season 2.
Is Ponies also a Peacock show?
Mhm.
When did it come out?
Before, but it's like crazy high rated. Like
Okay.
it's like it's doing incredibly well critically, and it's got like great press. I wouldn't say that it like blew up in the terms of like everybody's talking about it.
Honestly,
but like
I didn't hear about. I
I
only
know,
heard
me
about it from
neither.
you.
I know, but it's also like when you watch it, you'll see it's very. I don't want to say like it's stylistically, it has like such a vision and like a a vibe to it that it's like it's not on the lot. Like it's very distinct that I'm like, I feel like they already signed up for at least 2 seasons of this because like this is like a lot of effort to go through. They like didn't film it here. They like filmed it in like Hungary or something. So I'm like,
Okay.
I feel like you probably. And they said that they're just like working on writing season 2 as if it's happening.
Okay.
And I was like, okay.
Then they're probably fine.
Negotiations, I'm assuming.
Usually when that happens, it's already done. It's already done. They're just working out the deal points.
Yeah, they don't seem as stressed as I do.
All right, let's take a break. When we get back, we'll get into another advice question.
This episode is brought to you by Redfin. You're listening to a podcast, which means you're probably multitasking. Maybe even scrolling home listings on Redfin, saving homes without expecting to get them. But Redfin isn't just built for endless browsing. It's built to help you find and own a home. With agents who close twice as many deals, when you find the one, you've got a real shot at getting it. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
There's no one like you, and there never will be.
From the producer of Bohemian Rhapsody, there are many legends, but there is only one. Michael, rated PG-13, in theaters April 24.
Amazon presents Jeff versus Taco Truck Salsa. Whether it's Verde, Roja, or the orange one. For Jeff, trying any salsa is like playing Russian roulette with a flamethrower. Luckily, Jeff saved with Amazon and stocked up on antacids, ginger tea, and milk. Habanero? More like habanero, yes. Save the everyday with Amazon.
All right, we're back. We're going to get into the next one. I'm in a bit of an awkward situation. I have a hard time orgasming during sex. I've used a vibrator before and that works for me, so I talked to my boyfriend about it. He suggested we start using vibrators together, but I'm worried he'll feel bad or think he isn't satisfying me. I'm going to stop you right there.
Well, he's the one who brought it up.
Right. Why are you concerned about his feelings?
We need to stop being concerned about men's feelings, like in
Right.
general. Like, unless a man I'm no longer in general. I'm very against like picking people apart. I'm not a therapist. I'm not here to like break you down to like have you finally be vulnerable with me.
Mhm.
If you're gonna lie to me, okay, then that's a lie. Then if you tell me how you feel, but this one, we're giving him feelings. He hasn't said he has.
Right. They continue. I don't really know what to do because it feels awkward to talk about, but I want sex to feel mutual.
Oh, we need to unpack the patriarchy here. That's the problem.
I don't want it to be only about him enjoying it, even though I do enjoy being with him. I just want to feel fully included in the experience too. Girl,
How long has this been?
how do I suggest using a vibrator? It's already been suggested. Or trying something else without making him feel insecure. He doesn't. And how do I explain that it's not about him doing anything wrong? It's just something I personally struggle with. Most women cannot orgasm with penetrative sex.
With only penetrative sex.
With only penetrative sex. We need something to help us out. So you're putting a lot of words and feelings in his mouth and in his brain that he's not having.
And that's the patriarchy. Like that's in your head. And the same thing of being like, I think like not only does he need to be okay with this, like this isn't like a matter of like, oh, agree to disagree. But like if someone should not have sex with you knowing that you are not in like you are not enjoying it, and no one should ever be okay with you not enjoying sex.
Right.
And the only enjoyment you get out of sex is like, well, yeah, I mean, if that's something you want, like, and your partner knows that, I think even if your partner doesn't know that that's something you want, that should be a conversation. Like, it should be assumed that that's, what you want. If you're, what is it? These are more gay terms, but like pillow princess, stone cold top, like specific things that are like, oh, that's my preference. I don't enjoy X, Y, and Z or whatever. That's a conversation. But like the idea, like we never assume that like men don't want to come. We never assume that. And like they don't have to tell us, hey, by the way, I'm like actually like looking forward to ejaculating. But like the idea is women that we have to be like, well, he might not know. And I go, what are we talking about? Like in utero, he started with a vagina as well.
True.
That's what I mean. Like it's just like we've all have the same parts, flipped and flopped and flip it and reverse it.
Yeah, pulled out or pushed in or to the side, whatever. It's there. We just got to figure out how to use it.
So like I'm not one of those people like, oh, like fundamentally, like biologically, like we are not that different. And so this idea that that's just a socialized aspect of it, that like women are not supposed to enjoy sex, it's uncomfortable to ask for, but like think of how many times like men will like push your head down to be like, give me head. Like it's socialized. Like it's entirely socialized. And like if it helps you to remove the fact that this is like your relationship and your partnership and be like, I'm actually saying I'm sticking it to the patriarchy with this conversation. Like I'm doing this for all womankind. One small step for me, one large step for womankind.
Using toys is also hot. Like,
yeah.
Make it sexy. Use whatever you want. He can use them on you. You can use them on. You can also use toys on him. It doesn't have to be just about bringing a toy just for your satisfaction. Like there are plenty of couple toys. There are plenty of toys that are just for you or just for him. Like you can mix it up, mix and match. You can play with it. You can make it so that it's like a game of elongated pleasure. There's so much you can do to make this fun and make it sexy and make it so that you are enjoying yourself and it's not awkward. Like once you start, and the way he's so casual about it seems like he's already had toys in the bedroom too.
Yeah.
And use that as that shouldn't be something that is frightening to you or make you feel less than. Just know that he might know what he's doing. And again, you are getting off. This is for your pleasure.
Yeah. And it's okay if he feels bad. And by the way, he isn't satisfying you. Like, so like, oh, I don't want him to think that he isn't satisfying me. Like, don't walk it back. Like, this is something that you need in order to orgasm. But the idea that like we're worried about his feelings, he is unable to make you orgasm. That's not a him problem. That's like if you're saying that this is something that, I mean, I'm not saying that it's not a him. There are a lot of people who have not been able to orgasm without toys, who then have other partners and go on, and then they're like, oh, this is actually, we all evolve and we change, but like it's okay if he also feels insecure, and it's also okay if he feels like he's doing something wrong, because ultimately like it's not working. And if he's okay with the current situation, then he is okay with you never getting off. So the idea that like coddling to his feelings, like right now what's going on, not acceptable. And so like I in general find it like deeply unattractive if someone wants to have sex with me knowing that I'm like not getting off.
Yes.
Then I'm like, cool, I'm a whole. I'm a human fleshlight. I'm a fleshlight with a voice. Like, it's just not, and like then worrying about coddling someone and changing the norm, which is that, like, if he reacts any other way than enthusiastically, or if he's like, well, now I'm feeling bad, blah, 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 blah. You didn't think I was, like, no. Like, if this is, sex right now is all about you, and now you're going to make this part still all about you.
Yeah. Please think about yourself. Put yourself, I got to put myself first. It's just like, do it. You'll have fun. You'll be happier afterwards. I think that your own embarrassment or awkwardness will fade away as soon as you hit your pinnacle.
Exactly. And this should be a deal breaker for anyone and everyone.
So,
best of luck.
Also, are you, because you said,
are you faking it? That's what I want.
Not, I had that thought, but also you said, I've used a vibrator before. Use it all the time. Get comfortable with it on your own.
Yeah.
How can he know how to please you if you don't know how to please yourself?
And if he's like, it's too hard, I can't figure this out. There are so many other men who will step up to that plate.
Yeah. But he doesn't seem like that's his vibe at all.
No.
And I think where Meghan was hinting at, I think you were faking it, which is why he didn't know.
And you have to stop faking it. You have to. Everyone has to. There's literally it doesn't help anyone. All that does is like coddle male feelings. That's like listening to a podcast by a man and being like, I just want to, and I'm listening through the ads. I just like want to give him like words of encouragement. No. Ew. Ew, ew, ew.
All right. Well, you done with this subject?
I am.
And I hope you finish too, listener, writer, whatever. We're going to take a break, and when we get back, we'll get into some more gossip.
From sauce, dust, to nuggets. It's Taco Bell's new Diablo Dusted Crispy Chicken Nuggets. Are they mild? If they were mild, we'd have to change the name to Little Rascal Nuggets or Minor Nuisance Nuggets. Definitely Diablo. New Diablo Dusted Crispy Chicken Nuggets. A brand new classic. Only at Taco Bell.
Picture being bounced!
At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time and while supplies last.
This episode is brought to you by Welch's Fruit Snacks. Big news for your kids' lunchbox. Welch's Fruit Snacks are now made without any artificial dyes. A snack parents can feel good about and the same delicious taste kids can't get enough of. All made with no artificial dyes. Try Welch's Fruit Snacks today.
This episode is brought to you by Ferrero. Soccer's biggest stage is approaching, and Ferrero is making it easy to go all in. Pick any 2 Ferrero brands from Kinder Bueno to Ferrero Rocher, and you could win the $1 million grand prize, plus an exciting range of daily and weekly prizes. Don't miss your shot. Official rules apply. Learn more at goallinandwin.com.
We're back. And I need to know if something has crossed your desk in the Twitter. This to me, Twitter and Threads would eat this shit up. There's a woman who got on TikTok and was like, I just need to vent. Like, I have been engaged for 4 years. And I was like, relatable. Love it, girl. I've been engaged for 4 years. And like my fiance and I like finally decided on the location for our destination wedding. And I told my friends and like, you know, nobody was like happy for me. Like they were just all upset or being like, we're not going to be able to come. And it's like, okay, you don't have to tell me that right now. And like, it's been 4 years. How do you know you're not able to come? But even if you're not able to come, like at least like be happy for me first. Like I thought they'd be excited. And even from that alone, I was like, I am a little confused what being excited for that means. Like, I don't know. I like if I was a friend, like I actually don't know how to like perform that emotion for you when you were like, hey, we booked that. Like, it's not like we got the invite. Like, drum roll, please, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, it was just like really hurtful. And I'm like, okay, I don't know how you show I'm so excited for you. Also, especially the ones who are like, I'm not going to be able to go. I don't know how you show excitement and then like hold off on the, but I'm also not going to go until later. And then like, but you said you were excited for me. And then it's like, okay, she thought they'd be happier. I was a little confused because it's, you know, not their wedding. And she was like, well, this is just like, you know, they always say weddings really show you who your real friends are. And you know how I feel about that phrase. And I was like, I'm very confused.
What is this location, Megan?
I opened the comments, the top comment. So I'm like, she doesn't say it through the entire video. And she must have replied to a motherfucking comment. It is a Disney cruise. An international Disney cruise.
Absolutely the fuck not. Not even like one of the adult ones?
No, they're children. 4 years for you to plan a... And she goes, I get that it's expensive. Like, and then she had a follow-up where someone's like, the fact that you did not say this was, like, I already wasn't on your side, but the fact, Disney cruise? Like, no. And then, by the way, like, if I'm your friend, take this video down. Like, we're in a fight now. Like, why are you talking about me on the internet? But also, like, if I was excited about you getting married and I was all excited for that because I think I'm going to be there, and then you tell me I'm having to spend $5,000 minimum and a week of my time to be sequestered on a giant floating boat with characters in costumes and children and norovirus, I'm actually now like annoyed because I thought maybe we were going to Italy. I thought maybe we were going to Mexico.
Or even if you just did it at not the cruise, but what they do at the parks, I would be okay with that, you know?
Yeah.
But being stuck on a fucking boat?
No, after you like touted this,
fuck not.
I'm a destination wedding. I didn't even know it was an option for when you said you're going to have a destination wedding. It never even crossed my mind that a Disney cruise is considered a destination wedding because it's moving. It's floating. It's not a destination. It's a port. And then it's a journey. Like,
No.
What?
What year is it? The 1800s, where this is the only way that we can get to and from somewhere? No.
I was just baffled, and then she, like, made another follow-up video, like, really doubling down, but I was like and she
No
was like,
one's
"Well"
on your side.
no one's on your side, and, like, by the way, your friends you started this video of like, "Well, I guess I now know who your friends are." Well,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, you
less
do.
of them are coming now. Like,
Yeah.
this you also, like in all of this, you are the villain, and then you decide to come online and then be like, "I'm still saying like, duh, duh, duh." If I am your friend by the way, if I'm your friend who is attending the wedding, I'm thinking, I'm not spending that much to, Mickey anymore." Like and if I'm your friend who's not attending, like, I'm so sorry. When you told me you were having a destination wedding, and she's like, "They've been, like, hearing about this. They've all been encouraging me to book it, like, to figure out where I wanna get married." I have to assume that they were throwing out suggestions. Portugal, Mexico, Alberta. I don't like, literally
Alberta
anywhere.
is just as bad. Sorry.
No, there what's it called? Is Banff in Alberta? I think Banff is in Alberta. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
But, like, there are so many things and so many places that this could be that I'm sure they were throwing out suggestions, and based on their reaction, no one suggested, "Hey, you should do a Disney cruise." But, like, you're gonna be mad at them and then being like, "Well, at least be happy for me now," like, and then tell me later that you're not gonna be able to come. What?
No, because then you're getting false expectations.
Yes,
You want
that's
your
what I
friends
think.
to lie to you? No. Have fun on your solo like, do you have family? Are they excited? Have fun. Like, and that's the thing about destination weddings. You shouldn't expect people to want to come anyway. Cause like they're taking off their time, their
Mhm.
vacation
You
time.
can't even really work on a boat like that.
No, you can't. Like, this is legit. Like, you can't even just like fly in for the wedding
No.
that's the next day. You have to lock in for a week.
To 10 days, depending on which line which route they pick.
Yeah, no.
And, like, you can't there's no, like, conference rooms. You're not gonna be able to get,
Mm-mm.
like, steady Zoom calls, like
No. Even the people that were on that 2 million long trip that they thought they were going to be able to work, a lot of them bailed because they couldn't work.
Yep. I was just, like, aghast by it, and also, like, there are people who won't come to there are, like, family members who, like, love you dearly who will not come to your destination wedding because they don't fly. Like, there are a lot of old ladies who don't get on planes. Like, they're like, "No, no, I'm not a flyer." Do you know there's more little old ladies and people actually of all ages who say, "I actually don't fuck with boats like that." Like,
Mhm.
if you wanna rule it out even more, the method of transportation that is the most, universally friendly, a car. I would then say, like, a plane, but I think boats are the ones that, like, a lot of people don't fuck with boats or they don't fuck with water. Like, and so I saw another TikTok of someone who was saying that they went to a wedding on a Disney cruise and they had said besides the parents, she was, I think, the only other person who attended. And like, it wasn't even full sets of parents on both sides, but like grandparents were alive and they couldn't come. They were like, one grandparent doesn't like water, the other one doesn't feel comfortable on boats, like all of this kind of stuff. And like the bride and groom were like, well, yeah, like we knew that. That was why. And if I'm not wrong, this woman, I think, but this is just speculation because this is from comments on that video talking about this video, so I don't have confirmation, that most of her and her friends did used to work either at Disney World or Disneyland. So it is giving clock in for your shift.
No.
But this time, pay for it.
No. Like, have fun. I hope you have the best wedding ever. I hope that you enjoy this. Why not do this for your honeymoon? If you
Well, that
love
makes
Disney
so much more
so
sense.
much, have a wedding and then go on the cruise for your honeymoon.
But also, like, don't, like, talk with your friends about, like, planning the destination wedding and have them, like, think like, they're also mourning the fact that, like, the person that they were really excited to, like, go to your wedding and, like, watch you get married, that because you were entertaining that. It was like, "Okay, where are we gonna go?" Like, for 4 years, and then to be like, "Actually, I'm gonna do this thing that no one wants to go to." And it's like, "Okay, just elope then." Like, why
Yeah.
did we do all this?
So, yuck.
Someone commented being like, "Don't." I think maybe they're just, like, mourning the fact that they're a little sad that they're not gonna be able to, like, watch you get married. And, like, she was like, "Oh, I didn't, like, think about that." So what did we think about?
Nothing.
Like, are you gonna wear, like, one of those, like, Disney ears with, like, the veil, and it's, like, the morning, like, and you've
They
got, like, a Mickey
do
breakfast?
like really pretty weddings at the actual parks. Why wouldn't you do that?
I think it's more expensive because
I understand
it's also at
that,
6
but
a.m.
if this is what you've always dreamed of, That's what you do.
Well, also
Or, again, you just have a regular-ass wedding and then go for your honeymoon.
Well, that makes most sense because people do cruises for their honeymoon all the time. But also, there's no way that this is your dream because it took you 4 years to plan this, to decide what you wanted to do. So,
No.
like, you don't care about that enough.
No. If it was your dream, you would have already had it decided.
Mm-hmm. But you're right. I never even thought about the honeymoon part. Like, you're taking a thing that people do on their honeymoon, and you could, and also, like, when you think about, like, people, like, not inviting kids to weddings because of, like, oh, too many moving parts, like, you know, just a lot of variables. Now imagine a boat with strangers. What?
No, thank you.
No. But I really do hope that Threads and Twitter gets into this discourse because I have been enjoying it.
I haven't seen it, but I don't think that would hit my algorithm.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, my algorithm is mostly WNBA, the draft that just happened. So congratulations to all the women who were drafted, especially AZ Fudd, who went number 1. I also really like Olivia Miles, who was number 2. The thing is about the WNBA is, like, it's hard to have a team because you just like so many people. But my team is the Aces, and congratulations to my soror, Asia Wilson, for her 3-year deal for $5 million because they just had everything with the new negotiations. Everybody's making way more money than they made the year before.
Hell
Even
yeah.
the draft, the people that were drafted are making, like, I think the max that AZ is getting is $500,000, and last year it was like $80K.
Yep.
Which went to her girlfriend. So, it's exciting. I'm excited about that. And then also, fuck Usher.
What did Usher do?
Usher has an allegiance to losers. He was defending Diddler, and now he is going on tour with Chris Brown.
Wait, why is he lighting his career on fire?
I don't know.
He is incredibly talented. You don't need to associate yourself with absolute losers who, by the way, should be riding your coattails.
Right.
Why are you dick riding for that? That's really fucking crazy.
Yep.
Oh, God. I'm going to have to tell Mats. He's going to be devastated.
Upset, but not so upset that I'm not going to let it burn.
Yeah, he's going to be devastated.
Yeah.
He's an Usher boy.
I love Usher.
There was a Jeopardy answer where it was Usher, and I knew how he was going to say it, which I was like, I do wonder if he said it this way on Jeopardy. Anytime he says Usher, he goes, Usher, baby, Usher. And so I'm like, I wonder if they would have accepted that as an answer on Jeopardy for
They
Usher.
should.
They should.
They might have not initially accepted, but
sorry,
then they
I'm a real
came,
fan.
Yeah, and then they would have came around and said it.
But damn, men stay disappointing.
Yeah. So that's all I got. You got anything else?
Oh, the only thing I want to talk about is the SNL has like really been killing it lately. I think like Weekend Update has been so fucking funny, but they did a sketch. They did Black Snape sketch. It is.
Did they include it?
What do you mean?
Because they did a sketch with a Jack Harlow sketch that was
The Weekend Update.
Yeah, but they cut it. It wasn't in the main show.
Oh, so that's my issue. I gotta pull Avia every time and be like, "Hey, this was in the full show?"
I was telling her about like how funny the sketch was, and she was like, "What are you talking about?"
Oh, no way!
And then I sent it to her, and she was
well,
like,
Avia is the only one of us who actually watches the entire show from start to finish. The rest of us, I never know the difference between what was cut for time or not. I hope it was because I was gonna say it was that one and then the Jack Harlow one. I'm like back to back. So fucking funny. Like and my favorite thing about the Black Snape sketch is you can just hear Michael Che laughing in the background. And then the other one that killed me was with who was it? What they were playing? They're being middle school boys.
Is it the same podcast one?
No. This was also on Weekend Update, and they're being like, "Oh, my notes, whatever."
I didn't see that one.
And that one also, there's someone in the audience who very clearly must be a middle school teacher because he laughs so hard before they get to one of their like stupid fucking punchlines that like you would only know if you're surrounded by middle schoolers every day. And he laughs so hard right before they say it. And it makes it even funnier because you can tell the audience, there are people there and the writers there. Someone definitely has a middle schooler, like child at home. And it was really funny. And I was like, wow, I and I'm not a Weekend Update hater, but I am like a little critical, specifically of Colin Jost, just because like of his vibe.
Why do we every episode he is coming up?
Yeah. And again, I think he would like it.
Yeah.
I think he would be like, no, I love that. Give me more heat. And so like, you know, I was just like, I don't think I've been this consistently impressed with Weekend Update in a while. Usually I tune out until they do their joke swap, and that's kind of it. But this has been really funny.
Yeah, Weekend Update used to, when I would watch SNL live, because if you didn't watch it live, you weren't watching it at all. And Weekend Update was what I looked forward to the most, because I always thought it was the funniest.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, they're really bringing it this year.
I'm not a Colin Jost or Michael Che fan.
Well, yes. I do like it when they swap jokes. That's where I'm like, okay, this is, sometimes
they just do it just to go so far that it's not even funny.
Well, it's no longer smart humor.
Yes.
Like, it just feels like
low-hanging fruit.
Yes, and also, I don't know, I get very tired of the jokes of like men being like, oh no, you're gonna make me say something bad about women again. And I'm like, I would love if it was more at your expense and not like, he's a rapist, haha. And I go, so in that joke, there is a raper and a rapee, and like in general, it's just not feeling as good. But this one, I laughed. So, yeah.
All right. Well, that's the end of our episode. Join us on Thursday, where we'll be reviewing Madam Web on But Am I Watching? And then we'll be back on Monday for a new episode. Don't Blame Me.
Bye.
This is a Sister Sign production hosted by me, Megan Rinks.
And me, Melissa D. Montz, plus Diamond Imprint Productions.
Post-production by Coco Lorenz.
Production assistance by Melanie D. Watson.
And music by Ryan Hunter and Giacomo Picasso.
This podcast is brought to you by Carvana. Selling your car should feel like one less thing on your list, not one more. With Carvana, it is. Just go to Carvana.com, enter your license plate or VIN, and get a real offer down to the penny. No back and forth, no surprises, just an experience you can trust. Like your offer? Accept it. Schedule pickup, and we'll come to you with a check in hand. Your car, your timeline, your terms. Visit Carvana.com to sell your car today.
Carvana.
Pickup fees may apply.